I give you anything more than I love. If this world were. Yo, what's up, y'all? Yeah, you dig? Um, what's up, y'all? How you feeling, man? I'm feeling good today, bro. I'm feeling very good today. Um, damn. Yeah. So, a bit of a continuation from what happened last week. Wanted to stream yesterday. Well, yesterday was Monday, but yesterday I was busy from like, to around 12 p.m. Well, 12 a.m. really. Yeah, 12 p.m. I was busy from around 12 p.m. to like 7 p.m. I was busy. I couldn't stream as much as I wanted to, bro. I even posted up a young short, yeah, but like yesterday I was busy. I couldn't stream like at all, bro. So gonna continue from the trade we were on last week Friday, right? Last week Friday's the sentiment was if it continues going down, we'll just hold the Thursday trade, right? But if it returned back, then we'll just close that trade and then enter into the Friday one that I showed you. So yeah, like I said, for a bit of context, right? This is not financial advice. This is me on my path of like becoming a better trader as a whole. I'm also not like 100%. In all honesty, I've come to believe that within all realms of like everything in life, there's no one who's like really 100% good at what they do. So should it be like the biggest music artist, the best doctor in the world? No one is like completely 100%. And once you understand that, you'll get a bit closer to getting to where they are at, right? And just realizing that we all have our own different journeys and stuff like that. So with me personally, this is my journey, and as much as I'm sharing this with you guys, my hopes is that you pick up whatever is going to help you in your journey. This is not something that's supposed to give you like a formula that will work for you, but this is my formula in my journey that will work in my journey, right? So yeah, there's that. Let me stop yapping. Let me just let the charts speak for themselves, let me let the chart speak for itself. So I had a look really quite recently. I had a look of the chart quite recently, and it doesn't look it. I think we're past the whole Trump thing that's been happening for the past couple of weeks. Like how much so I don't really know. I'm just gonna go into the higher time frames just to get like an idea, a general idea of what's happening with the market right now. And it doesn't look like much is happening. Doesn't look like much is happening. However, right now I will stick to what I was saying about that buy from last week Friday. So um last week Friday when we were streaming, I think because usually I stream around 3, right? So probably market was around here somewhere. Market was probably around. Wait, that's not. Is that Friday? Yeah, that is Friday. Yeah, but how would it have been there? Because if it was there, yeah, this is Thursday. Yeah, 3 should be around here somewhere. 3 should be around here somewhere. Or was it Thursday? Did I stream Friday? Yo, I honestly, bro. No, it was here. Yes, it was here. It was here. Okay. So the last time we were streaming, it was around this time, right? This is 4. This is 3. Right, so market was probably around here, and then I was like, you know what, because I didn't see this thing going down because of the no indicator on the 5 minute time frame, right? So as you can see, it did go up and enter into this trade. Now it does look like it's going up. So I would really just say right now, hold this trade. I I would hold this trade right now. Um, I am gonna have a look right now and see what I see and what indicators are telling me, um to see if maybe the market is gonna change direction. But right now, this is how I'm feeling about it. I'm quite sure until it breaks the formation of what we're seeing right now. Until it breaks the formation, or until it confirms it, I'm not gonna cancel anything on this chart. I'll only cancel when it breaks or when it fulfills what I'm seeing. Um, so yeah, but I think by the time um, we get up here, it'll continue going up. I don't think it's gonna go down again. I don't think it's gonna go down again. But yeah, man, let's see. Let's see. Usually this is not good. Usually, right? Especially when we're about to break a certain price, because you can clearly see that here, price has been moving around the same price. Usually, when it does this V-like thing, it breaks. So because it didn't break here, it's very concerning, the fact that it didn't break here. Okay, we'll carry that sentiment. The fact that it's really concerning that it didn't break there. I'm gonna go to the 5 minute time frame so I can look for what the indicator is telling us. Okay, let's go to the 5 minute time frame. If this world were mine, a 7 day Roman numeral dropper like this. Yeah, I yeah, yeah. Wait, hold on. Sorry about all of these guys. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back a bit. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's see what on this time frame. What are we seeing on this time frame? See, on this time frame, it wants to go down. On this time frame, it wants to go down. On this time frame, it wants to go. Okay. I'm gonna repeat like what I trade, because sometimes I feel like I never specify what exactly it is that I'm doing. So basically, what I trade right now the most is the MMC footprint and the gold volume strategy. Though I will say I've seen both of the strategies, right, and I don't implement them the same way the Operandi does, right? He has his own way of implementing them, and I personally feel like within trading, you 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 some strategies work to a point where you can give someone something and they'll implement it the same way and it will work. But some of them don't really work like that. Some of them is like the best thing you could do is take the best thing from their strategy and implement it, right? So that's what I have done within this whole thing. So sometimes it becomes a bit difficult for me to explain it to you guys because I've practiced this for like so long, bro. Things now, it's like, considering last year and the year before last, I've been practicing this thing for so long that I don't know how to tell you that, yo, bro, like when I open this chart, the first thing that I see is this ascending ascending trend line, right? I don't know how to explain that to you guys. It's just like right now it's just natural, you know. But one thing I will say, especially from the past week that's been happening, the one thing I really realized that is messing me up the most is the risk, bro. The risk is really, yo. You see, if I had like a bunch of capital, especially depending on how I trade, right? because how I trade is like, um yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but my point is, like, that's why I was saying in the beginning of this that this is also kind of a journey for me, right? But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this ascending trend line, right? um Now, ideally, like I said, ideally, because remember here there's like a line where this price is not breaking, and I had said, had it actually wanted to break, it would have broken here when it was going up here. It would have broken. Usually that's how I've noticed that price like breaks sometimes. So because it didn't do that, now there's a high probability that it'll sell. However, because of liquidity and stuff like that, there's a higher probability that it will go high, right? So I will be, because of those two reasons, I'll be mindful of both being able to happen. I'll be mindful for the fact that there could potentially be a short-term sell, but long-term, I think this is going to be a buy. So right now, I'm going to analyze this the best way that I can, and then from the analysis, I'll be able to see, okay, is this thing selling or not, right? So that's the trend line is the first thing that I usually do, just to get a understanding of what structure this is really creating, right? Wait, hold on, let me just, yeah, just to get like an idea of what structure this thing is really creating. So here from past experience, there's a probability that it'll just reject from here. That probability that it will reject will be increased by getting a confirmation using the AC indicator, right? AC indicator is kind of like, what is the confluence? I use the AC indicator for confluence. So before I rely heavily on the sell, I'm gonna look for wait, before I rely heavily on the buy is what I wanted to say. I'm gonna look for sell indicators as well. I'm gonna look for sell indicators as well. Right. Okay. So based on the trend lines, these are the two things that I'm seeing right now. Right? These are the two things that I'm seeing right now. I should actually have a pen and paper for this, but okay, anyway, it's fine. But based on the trend lines and my analysis on the 5 minute, I like using the 5 minute because it keeps me present. I don't like focusing on things that happened 2 weeks ago. I don't really like focusing on that. So right now, based on this, we can see that it looks like a short-term sell. It really looks like a short-term sell from this, right? We also have this shape right here. Where's that brush? Oh wait, my bad. Let me take that back. I want to show you something. We also have this shape right here, and should this continue, it would mean where's that book? Okay, anyway, this is also a good sign, especially for like when market is trying to sell. Usually when it sells at this point, it means the sell is going to have a lot of momentum, right? So it'll just continue selling like a lot. For example, let me show you. For example, right here. Okay, my bad, I'm wilding. For example, right here, if you go on a lower time frame, I would like to do that, but because of reasons, right? If you go on a lower time frame, you'll see that this formation is created. So my point with that formation is that it has a high probability of momentum, right? So yeah, if at this point if at this point right here, let me do this. If at this point right here, right now, there's a confirmation on the 5 minute or the 1 minute for a sell, if there's a confirmation for one, if on that at that specific point there's a confirmation for a sell in the 1 minute or the 5 minute, there's a high probability that this thing will sell. But like I said, short term this thing looks like a sell, but long term we know that it's gonna buy. So the next thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna look for the indicators, all the indicators that I see on the 5 minute and the 1 minute. I'm gonna start with this one here. Because this one here will clarify to me how strong this trend line that I drew here is. So you can clearly see that here there is no confirmation because it's only 3 bars, right? It's supposed to be 4. There's only 3 bars, it's supposed to be 4. So that's a weak it's a weak place to start that trend line. However, you could still start the trend line from here. So if we get confirmation here, it will probably be a good thing for this trend line, right? So as you can see, there's still no confirmation around this point. You could draw an indicator here, but you'd get it somewhere here, and that's not going to help us. So I'm not going to draw it because of that reason. Okay, this looks interesting, so I'm going to put this indicator here. As you can see here, we have confirmation, so I'm going to put an indicator there because that looks very interesting. That looks like something you can work on, right? Why is it so high? Why is it like here? Okay, I'm gonna put it here because it's not too far from that price. I'm gonna put it there. Okay, next I'm gonna look for a confirmation here. You can clearly see that there's another confirmation here. Where else can we see confirmation? I can't see any other confirmation on the 5 minute for buy. I can't see any other confirmation on the 5 minute for a buy. I'm gonna put it there. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Yeah, for the buys, it looks like those are all the confirmations, right? So, for now, I'm gonna keep the sell trend line, as much as I know that it's not really supported by the indicators, right? But I'm gonna keep it. So now I'm gonna look for the sell confirmations, right? I'm gonna look for the sell confirmations right now. So you can definitely see that here, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. So here you can clearly see that there's a sell confirmation right here, right? And that's very good. I don't even want to lie. So based off that already, I can probably do something like this. Wait, hold on. Wait. Before I get too carried away, let me continue and look for other indicators this side. Okay, wait, hold on. Here's another one right here. You see, so you see with this one, right? The confirmation came here, but it went up there and then it continued selling. So I'm seeing the same thing might happen here, and that's why sometimes when I have confirmations that are down here, and then I look at this high and I'm like, okay, let's just keep that high because it's not too far. It's because this does happen. But I would highly suggest to be very careful when doing that, because you don't want to take, for example, if we had a confirmation like here, that's a bit too far. You can't have a confirmation. It's not far like by height, but by width as well. I don't know how I can say by width, but by width as well. It's too far from the peak. So this one is not too bad from like the peak. That's why I'm also keeping that as a confirmation, right? Um, okay, let's look for another confirmation along the sell trend line. So here there's no confirmation. This is all on the 5 minute, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not a confirmation. Can I get another confirmation here? No, that's too far. That's too far. Okay, so let's do this. 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 I can 100% say from that point up until this point we are looking at something, right? So let me cancel this. From that point until that point, we're definitely looking at something. Usually, right? Usually what I do, this is how I get like my sniper entries for real. This is how I trade with like $100. Usually I would do something like this. Short-term position. So that's where we said we'd probably enter, right? And then I would look to just go as short as I probably can, right? Let's do this. This is how I get like my snipers for real. I would go as short as I probably can. I would go as short as I probably can. Why? Because like I explained earlier, I'm looking for the brush right now. Because of this structure, wait. My bad, my bad. Because of this structure right here. Because of that structure right there, right? So yeah, this is not really too bad. The risk to reward of this is really good. I don't even want to lie, bro. You know, you're basically not even risking that much. It's like 40 points. 40 points is really not that much compared to how much you're probably gonna get from this. 40 points is really not that bad. So yeah, in terms of like a short-term sell, if you're looking for something, I'd probably say look for that. Yeah, yeah, I'd probably say look for that. I would have made the risk a lot higher if we had a confirmation here, and I'm gonna go on the 1 minute now. If we had a confirmation somewhere here, right, I would increase the risk and put it a bit higher. Let me go on the 1 minute though. I don't really like when I'm looking at this like this. I don't like going on the 1 minute because should I go to the 1 minute, I'm probably gonna see a whole lot of confirmations, right? I'm gonna see a bunch of confirmations on the 1 minute time frame. I'm going to see a bunch of confirmations on the 1 minute time frame, which is also a good thing. Which is also a good thing. See, now the trend line is being confirmed. Bro, I need to figure out how to use my laptop. Because honestly, looking at the charts through my phone is just such a drag, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's just such a drag. So we have a double confirmation here, which is very good. I love getting double confirmations. Okay. Okay. I don't like what I'm seeing here. The way, yeah, I wouldn't, yeah, okay. No, okay. I 100% say, depending on how this candlestick closes, I would say, but probably just let it go, man. Yeah, okay, now this is definitely breaking formation. It's definitely breaking formation. Why would it? Damn, bro. The hell? Yo, that's crazy. That is insane, bro. That is insane. I don't even want to lie. What? Okay. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I see what's going on though. Um, yeah, this. Okay. Yeah, like I said, remember for this strategy, like I said to you guys, just check how much you get, like how many indicators you get in this direction that are confirming that this thing is gonna go down, right? And had like for me, the one thing I always say that does kill me is like the amount of money that I haven't, like I tried to explain in the beginning, right? Had I had more, I probably would have put the risk somewhere here. I would have put the risk somewhere here, right? But because I'm being realistic, that's just a bit too far, bro. That's really a bit too far. That's really a bit too far. So I think, yeah, I think this thing is about to turn around. I think it was just going, it was a stop hunt. It was a stop hunt. Directly what I was trying to explain. It was just catching those stop losses. It was breaking the people who entered here and those stop losses here and things like that. But it's gonna go down. Should it come back, it's gonna go down and fulfill this, and then it will go back up again. Yeah. So I think for now, let me just leave this at that, like this. Yeah, I'm pretty confident with this chart looking like this right now. Yeah, I think I'm very confident with this chart looking like this right now. Because you see here, this one has already been taken out. So because this one has this downward movement took out this one, the probability of this thing going back down again is quite high. But anyway, um, yeah, this is not looking good, bro. I don't even want to lie. Yeah, this is really not looking good. Yeah, I wouldn't try chasing the buy, nor would I look at like trying to sell from there. I'd say probably if it's gonna sell again, try entering from here. I wouldn't try chasing that thing. No, man. I really wouldn't suggest chasing that thing. I would 100% say though, if it does come back here, try entering it under the same thing that we were looking at, because it would mean that this thing was just chasing stop losses. That's all it was doing. So yeah, I think for today I'm gonna leave this here. I don't see any other place where this thing can reverse right now and go for the buy. I don't know where it would reverse, if it would reverse right now. Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna leave it at this. This thing is gonna sell. This thing is definitely gonna sell, trust me. It was just chasing stop losses, and this is what I hate about having like a small account, bro. This is 100% what I hate about having a small account. Look at this thing about to sell right now. If I was in this trade, I would lose my mind, bro. I would lose my mind like 100%. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna leave this at this because now I feel like I'm gonna be over analyzing, and I hate over analyzing. So, yeah, the one thing I would say is if this thing continues buying beyond this point, just forget it, bro. If it buys beyond this point right here, forget it, bro. Don't even look at charts anymore. Just close chart and go freaking nigga, go do something, bro. But close the chart. If it buys beyond this point, leave it, bro. Leave it. But if it comes back down here, okay, we're looking at something else. Then we're looking at what we were looking at originally, and we're not just looking at what the market is showing, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this at that. Sometimes I feel like watching this thing play through, but yeah, man, I'll just come back tomorrow, and we'll see what happened, and we'll talk about it then. Yeah.